What's up guys, this is the Guitar Gent coming at you with a brand new reaction video, and it's Monday. We continue our journey with our Mad Mondays, discovering every week a new song from Band-Maid. Now, as you guys know, we're following a chronological order as of recently, and the song that we're going to listen to today is called The Non-Fiction Days. Now, the name of the song already brings me to, My Chemical Romance, The Danger Days. It's just a mental association, I guess. Also, the last few songs that we've done from Band-Maid from this period, let's say, of their career had a very strong pop-punk influence, pop-punk vibe. Sorry guys, I can't speak today. So I'm very curious to see if this one is going to fall under that bracket, let's say, or if they're going to surprise me, as they tend to do most of the times anyway. So guys, without further ado, Band-Maid, The Non-Fiction Days. Let's go. Listen to the double bass already on the drums. Akan is a monster. Wow. Okay. Oh. This is so good. The chord progression could be a pop punk one, but the arrangement is so much heavier. Akan is just, oh my god. Nice. Those subtle guitar lead guitar lines. Oh. Again, there are always at least two lines going on with the guitars doing interesting things. Oh! Ah, lovely. Very dark, chromatic step. Wow. Oh, Jesus. Wow, they took this in such a dark place. I love it. What a bridge, if you can call that a bridge. Wow. song is so good, guys. Wow. Again, the double. Oh my god. I'm honestly impressed. And you know, guys, that let's say that going into a Band-Maid song at this stage, having listened to a lot of their songs, I do have some fairly high expectations, you can say. They tend to, not disappoint, likely. But this one was honestly impressive. Honestly impressive. I think this might be one of my favorites so far from Bandmaids. From Band-Maid. Wow, it was so intense and so interesting on so many layers and different aspects. It's good to see, of course, following the chronological order, this should be, according to what you guys told me, again, one of the first songs that they wrote for themselves. Which makes a lot of sense because it's much more similar to the recent one when it comes to the song structure, to the addition of breaks, very interesting sections during the song, something that you wouldn't necessarily expect, and something that I surely wouldn't expect from a label to write for an artist, if that makes sense. Much more artistic approach, literally, like in the literal meaning of the word. The things that really stood out for me, first of all, Akane on the drums. Wow, it kind of reminded me, especially in the first verse, to the drumming patterns that she does on Warning, from their last record, which was, funnily enough, the first song that we reacted to on this channel. Impressive as always, the work on the double bass, but overall, like throughout the whole song, the feels, the slowdown in the break, I'm going to call that the bridge. It's more of a section on its own. It's not necessarily a bridge to connect, the second verse to the final chorus. It was much more developed, if you will, and it is also I want to say a longer song compared to a slightly longer song compared to what I'm used to from Band-Maid. I don't know if it's actually true, but it felt a bit longer. It's almost 5 minutes. It felt more developed, with more structure. Just a tint of, I don't want to say progressive because that's something a bit different, but a very careful approach and a very careful development of the songs, with something that came through also very unexpectedly with that bridge section, with that extremely heavy, dark, chromatic riff. As always, guys, for those of you who don't know what chromatic necessarily means, chromatic is simply to indicate, a chromatic scale is a scale where you play every single note. So if you think about a piano, you play every single key on the piano. That's just what it is. So chromatic riff would be going from one fret to the next one without skipping anything. So you go half step up. And that's usually a sound that's somewhat dark and somewhat heavy. It's something that, for example, is very famously used by Alice in Chains in most of their work, especially in the 90s, but always. It's kind of a trademark for Alice in Chains, but for many bands. It has that, when you go up of half a step, it just creates that almost evil anticipation for the following notes. It's a very interesting thing, and I wasn't expecting to find this in a song like this, because, as I said, the chord progression in the verse and the chorus, it really reminded me, I'm stressing the point, the chord progression, it can be disguised, let's say, as a pop punk track. Again, if you think about your My Chemical Romance, Blink-182, Sum 41, Jimmy the World, those kind of bands, but the arrangement was so much heavier, and that's first of all thanks to the bass, I think, and the bass production, which was so heavy and chunky on the lower register. I didn't pick up many crazy bass lines, let's say. Maybe that's something that came through, a bit later on, also in their career, even though we've seen quite a few bit of that, even in these earlier days, I'd say. The vocal performances, and again, I don't know if this is a theme that will come back, and if this is something mostly due to the fact that they started writing their own songs, but there was a much stronger focus, I think, on the guitar work and a bit less on the interplay between the two vocals. Of course, during the verse, Miku was basically singing the melody over, was harmonizing over Psyche's melodies, main melody, let's say, main vocal line. But there was a little bit of that. There were, of course, the background vocals also in the chorus, but it wasn't like in some of the other songs that we've listened to so far, where they keep on switching between the two of them, trading vocal lines. And again, a lot more focus on the guitar work, as I said, a lot of subtle lead guitar lines, octave lines going on in the background, which maybe you can't even really pick up if you don't listen to to the song with some good monitors or some good headphones. Beautiful attention to detail, and great guitar solo as well. You can't really complain about that. And overall, both the vocals and the guitar performances were extremely strong, playing what the song needs, and that's like a common theme, a common thing that we keep on circling back to when it comes to Band-Maid, so it's not really a surprise. But again, the star of the song for me was Akane. The drumming was just so good. And when you have a drummer that's so good, it just elevates the whole song, because the drums are the one instrument with the highest potential of changing the feel of a song, in my opinion. And that's just Band-Maid, it's like the proof of that. There are, of course, many bands that embody this concept, but with Band-Maid it's evident. If you take out Akane and you put in you replace her with a standard drummer, the songs will still be very enjoyable, but they will be way less unique. So guys, honestly impressed. This is probably at the first listen in my top 3 Band-Maid songs so far. Very impressed. Can't wait to keep on going with this journey, I guess, and see if the trend keeps on growing, because that would be amazing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much as always for tuning in. Let me know what you think about the song, comments, requests, all the good stuff as always, and I'll see you extremely soon with the next one. Have a good day. Bye.